Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has some explaining to do about who paid for her lavish trip in this year's Super Bowl. And so far, her folks aren't really telling us what really happened here. This story is so outrageous. How do you hide behind it? How do you say, A, this didn't happen, B, we did everything right? And why don't you just say, own up to it and say, yeah, we took all these gifts and can't call them bribes, but we took all these gifts. She still had time to report it, you understand?
Yeah.
They have a window to report it. Rather than fight this, go ahead and report it. Say, yeah, this happened. What's your take?
Well, exactly. They created a scandal where a scandal should not have existed.
Exactly.
All she had to do was say, hey, okay, I've received a gift of going to the Super Bowl with me and my husband and my kids. Hell yeah, we're going to go. Here it is on my expense form. See you later. I'm going to go have a fun weekend. But instead, they're not telling us who paid for it. All they're saying is that taxpayers did not pay for it. That's been their response so far.
That's probably accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's good.
Yeah.
But even if she paid for it herself, then you don't even have to report anything. Just say, hey, listen, I worked in the White House for several years. I'm the governor, make decent money.
I got contacts.
Went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I got contacts. They got me these for $37,000 for a suite. I remember friends calling me, say, Pap, come on in, we can get you in there. And I watch it on television, for God's sake. But the point to me is this. This is a great example of a politician that just won't own up, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Truthfully, they like her in Arkansas. She's done some good things for them in Arkansas, apparently. That's the take on it. But when you get into this kind of thing, it doesn't get any better, does it?
No, and the biggest issue that she has had, because she's only been there for a year, and so what's happened is that multiple times throughout this 1 year, there's been issues with her spending, and the Super Bowl thing is just another one of those.
Right.
They said, okay, you spent $19,000 on a lectern.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that? And the administration said, no.
Yeah.
No, we're not. And so it's always just this weird administration saying, we're not going to answer any questions. They did pass a law.
That's the new thing, though. That's not just her. You understand? That's the new thing. Whether Democrats or Republicans, we're just not going to answer you. You're dirtbag corporate media. We're not going to talk to you, right?
Well, I will say one of the things that she did, her first thing in office, which was actually copying Ron DeSantis here, she signed a bill into law shielding all of her travel records from the public. So even after the fact, even because Ron DeSantis said, well, I have to do it for my protection. I don't want people to know where I am. But with hers, it said, even after I get back from the trip, I still don't have to disclose where I went or who paid for it. Yeah. So it's all of this kind of shady cover-up that makes people question things when all you have to do is be open and honest.
Would this have happened 10 years ago, 15 years ago? Would this have happened? Would a Menendez happen 15 years ago?
No.
Would this happen 15 years ago where somebody said, yeah, this is just the new norm. I'm not going to talk to you. No, Mr. Reporter, I'm not going to talk to you. Not just corporate. So whatever it is, independent, I'm not going to talk to you. I choose not to talk to you. I've got this office, I'm a public figure, but I'm not going to talk to you.
It's funny you bring that up because I was having that conversation the other day on TYT, and you remember the story, a guy running for office, Republican, George Allen.
Sure.
And he looked over at one of his opponent's people who was there to film his little speech, and he called him macaca.
Yeah, I remember macaca.
That ended George Allen's career. That was one of the first viral political videos. But now, name-calling like that,
my God.
and just the general stupidity is so common. George Allen would be elected to office in a heartbeat today doing something like that, because that's how far the entire political system has fallen.
How separated we are, right?
Yeah.
Well, the story that Rick Outs and I are going to do has to do with the book that comes out, The Angry Urban South, where it's name calling. Now, I know you probably have a different angle. When I read it, I was outraged. I was outraged about the idea that we're at a point to where we can take an entire demographic and just like Hillary's, what did he call it? What was Hillary's deplorables?
Yeah.
That becomes a norm. There's something wrong with that to me. Farron, what do you think?
Look, when we look at what some of these Trump supporters have done, and I know the death threats I get, I know which side those are coming from. I'm not going to disagree with the deplorable thing because I see it firsthand. I can open up my comments on Facebook and see my messages. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, there are plenty. Can you put everybody anywhere in one basket? No, you can't. But
Is it a big seller? Do you think it sells in politics to take
Oh,
an entire
absolutely not, though.
demographics? I mean, we saw it with Hillary. I mean, yeah, she basically called everybody in the South, or basically if you lived in an urban area, rural area, you were deplorable. Or if you at one point considered that you might be a Republican that maybe voted for Trump, you're deplorable. I just don't think it's a winning situation. I don't think you go there and say, yeah, we're going to get a good result. I mean, it's kind of an ivory tower elitist kind of approach. Maybe, but I'm not seeing it as I don't think it gets the kind of results people want.
I don't think it necessarily wins over new voters. Again, having said that, I personally am not going to disagree with it. But if you're trying to attract new voters, definitely not the best route to say, hey, all of you people right here, I hate you.
Right. How does that work?
You've got to be a little more nuanced when you're in politics.
Yeah.
For what I do, I can say stuff like that because I'm not running for office. I don't need your votes.
It's your right. It's your right. This is what you do for a living. But when you're running for office to say, and I'm even hearing politicians adopt this angry rural South that's killing democracy, I just don't think I don't think it's a winner. First of all, the whole demise of democracy thing, what a weak thing to go to when you have all these other things to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? All this long list of things to talk about, and you land on demise of democracy, which to most people doesn't really resonate, I don't think.
Well, and you also, you look at the right and they make the same generalized comments about California.
No question.
They're doing it about New York.
Yeah, New York, California, Chicago.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting shot and killed, and crime is bad, and drugs out of control.
So everybody's painting with these broad brushes here, and it doesn't win people over that weren't already in your camp.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in that camp, you're going, wow, go, say it again.
Yeah.
But it doesn't win votes.
Yeah.
Farron, thanks for joining me, okay?
Thank you.